Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me is Sumit Peer. We're going to be talking about Lok Sabha elections, the announcements, electoral bonds, and why Tamil Nadu is going first as per our calculations. So we're going to share all this stuff and more with you. First, please like this video and let's now welcome Sumit Peer. Sumit ji, Ram Ram, Namaskar. How are you, sir?
Ram Ram, Radhe Radhe, all fine and good, sir. Sab Mahakal ki kripa Ashirwad. Ji.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji, for taking the time out to join with us. I know now you'll be an extremely busy man. Your opinions are sought after, and many channels are probably trying to, knock on your doors and try to get you for their channel. And so we are actually truly blessed to have you here. Sumit ji, first off, this election announcement has come a bit of a surprise for Tamil Nadu because these guys were expecting it not to be on the first round, that it would be in the second round, which is how it was last time. Some things changed. There is a change in the strategy of the election commission. And I have a few guesses onto why that is, because I was listening to a lot of pundits in Tamil Nadu talking about this. So first, I wanted to ask you on the Enforcement Directorate action. Yesterday, Kavitha Routh got arrested, and today Kejriwal has got bail against the case in which ED had told the court that he was ducking all the summons. That doesn't move the original case out of the way, right?
Correct, sir. Sir, with the name of Bhagwan Sree Ganesha, let's do the Sree Ganesha of this vlog. Thank you for all the kind words, and I have to thank people for all the support we are getting. I'm highly indebted to all of you, and my pranam to all of you. Now, the first thing is important, sir, is about this ED thing. Now, there has been a lot of confusion in the media today. In fact, I had to myself speak to a lawyer friend who specializes in this, right? And I had to get few clarifications that what exactly has happened, because the moment that bail was given, there was the canards were thrown, bail mil gaya, bail mil gaya, bail mil gaya. You were not saying, it's that, what we say in what was the 𝗤𝙗𝘗𝗎 wala incident in Mahabharata. Only half information was given before they could kill Guru Dronacharya. Exactly that synonym is used, bail mil gaya, bail mil gaya, bail mil gaya. But when you go into the details, it is not the bail ka is the khel. So that is what we are going to explain here. First of all, Mr. Kejriwal was summoned by the Rose Avenue court, and he was not appearing in the court amidst those summons, right? Those warrants which were issued by the court, those summons which were issued by the court. So the bail which he has got is not being arrested for not appearing in the court. This bail has nothing to do with the ED case. The ED cases are still there. There is no bail on ED case. So he can't be now arrested because not for appearing in the court. Because usually the process is, if you don't appear for a couple of times, maybe 3 times or more, then the police has the right to arrest you and produce you to the court. So you have got a waiver on that. You have not got a waiver on the ED case. So the ED cases are pretty much there. That's the point number 1, which has to be clarified. Point number 2, which the confusion is and which I want to clarify is, because now people are saying, bhai, the election has been announced, and can Kejriwal be arrested up to 4th June because now this model code of conduct is in place and you cannot arrest the people. As per the law, you can still arrest the people. The law and order has to function. They will keep on functioning. Yes, some more approvals might be needed. Some more paperwork might be needed. But there is nothing in the law which says that up to 4th June, you cannot be arrested. If the ED feels, or if any other law enforcement body feels that anybody needs to be arrested, they has to be arrested. Point number 3, the confusion which is being spun. The confusion which has been given, no, you can be only arrested once you're investigated and there's a charge sheet, and based on the charge sheet, then you can be arrested. No, that is again a canard. The fact remains that when the case is filed and your name has appeared in the case, you can be even arrested for not cooperating in the investigation. It is not after the investigation, after the charge sheet, you will be arrested. No. If you are not cooperating with the investigation, you can be simply arrested for that. So these are the 3 important takeaways from that. So this bail ka khel is only hawa mein, right? The reality is that, yes, you have got some relief against those summons which were given to you, which were not appearing. You cannot be arrested for that. But that doesn't mean you will not be arrested against, the ED case which is pending. And let me tell you, in the ED, when we talk of the ED case, liquor scam, Mr. Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party is named in the FIR. So there are people who are involved there. It's a matter of time. And there have been people like Mr. Soren who have been doing all the not going, avoiding the summons and all. And where is Mr. Soren? Nobody's guess. We all know where is Mr. Soren, where has Mr. Soren landed. And for Mr. Kejriwal to keep on dodging these summons is fundamentally weakening his case. Because if the case weakens beyond a point, then to get a bail after the arrest, or if there is a possible arrest, to get a bail after the arrest or a possible arrest is very, very minuscule there. So I don't think it's a right advice whoever is giving to Mr. Kejriwal, because the courts and the law enforcement agencies are getting an impression you are not cooperating with the law. And that is what exactly Mr. Soren was doing. And you know where he ended up. So that is the point number 4. Point number 5, which is very important here. As per some people, I'm crossing my fingers. Some people are saying me, Sumit ji, it will happen in after 1st June. I said, has it to do something with the results or the election? No, it has nothing to do, Sumit ji, with the results in the elections. Then I asked her, what it has to do? He said, look, it's very simple. Remember, Sree sir, from 1st June 2024, 2 important things are going to happen. 4th June, there will be, the election results will be announced, and 6th June, most probably Modi ji will be taking the oath. And remember, on the 6th June, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's Raj Tilak was also done. So the dates are coinciding. And what is happening on the 1st June, sir? 1st June, the new laws which have been enacted will come into play from 1st June. So if somebody, XYZ, anybody gets arrested after 1st June, the new set of laws will be applicable for that, which are much stringent, which are much tough, and which are much difficult to dodge with. So if somebody believes XYZ, I'm talking of anybody here, that it's a good news for you, no, it is not a good news for you if you look from the legal perspective. After 1st June, if you are arrested as per the new laws and the charges are framed as per the new laws, then they are much more stringent by the current set of laws. So it is where it case looks to be. And when we know that Miss Kavitha got arrested, yesterday, so then after the arrest, obviously she's going to reveal things. She's going to talk about things. When you look at 𝗓𝗍 Sisodiya, when you look at other leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, they're still in jail. They have still not got the bail. Their bail has been again rejected. So it's a matter of time. What all does Kavitha ji speak? What or whom or whose name does she reveal? Who is next in the list? There are a couple of people who are, if you go by the social media and all, there are talks of a couple of people who are still out. I think 70, there was a list issued by some handles. And out of that list, 70% of the people are already in jail. There are few people who are out. So, jo bahar hai, they have to also go to jail. It's a matter of time. Now, how much does Miss Kavitha reveal? What are the implications of that? What are the names? What evidence does she give? And after that, who else and whom all get implicated? There is a chain of it. And let me tell you, there's also a journalist who might go to jail. The journalist has a controlling stake in a TV channel. And the wife is related to one of the Aam Aadmi Party's ministers. So there is a lot of people who are getting sleepless nights after Miss Kavitha has been arrested, because Kavitha ji is going to be very candid, because you have arrested me, now I'm going to spill the beans. And if I'm going to spill the beans, these are the people who have been conniving with it. And after 1st June, new set of laws will be applicable on you. If you are arrested under them, it's much more difficult looking at the new set of laws and what you have done with these dodging these summons. If these two things are put together, that is not good news for anybody. Whoever is the person in discussion here, XYZ, Sarji ho, koi ji ho, wo ji ho, ye ji ho. But for anything, Sree sir, it's not a good news. So that is what is the summary, what is the sum total of what has happened. So the things are pretty much on. Arrest can happen. ED can do the arrest. Yes, they might have to do a little bit of paperwork. They might have to take a approval, or they might have to inform the Election Commission of India. They can do it. So I have clarified all the doubts what have been doing circles on the social media and people are not aware of. So it's not a victory. It is a band-aid which you have got today. And band-aid is not a fix for a wound. The wound is there. And the counterparts are going to jail. And none of the people who are going to jail are getting bail. Which journalist will go to jail? Please tell the name, cannot guess it. It's not about names, brother. You have to do some little bit of research. Which journalist owns a TV channel? And let me tell you that there's also a South Indian connection to it. Now you find it out, you figure it out. We cannot name the people, but you have to figure it out. That is what the talk is. So people are in the queue. People are going to go to the jail, and Modi ji has said, "Jisne bhi desh ko loota, usko lotana padega." So if you see people rattled, if you see people doing crazy mistakes, Because let me tell you, after Kavithaji's arrest, a lot has changed in the politics of Telangana, a lot has changed in the national politics, and a lot has changed in the liquor scam. People are, Sree sir, really rattled. अब इस अगर मैं हिंदी में बोलूं कि अब किसका नंबर आएगा, who is going to be the next and when. So there will be people who will be worried who is going to be the next and when, and what are the charges they are going to be them on. And obviously, whoever has gone into the jail has revealed things. The quantum and the quality may vary, but everybody, look at anybody who's in jail, he has revealed things. And you see, Sree sir, is something very interesting. When one person goes jail, दो और को ले जाता, then two more end up going, two go, then two more end up going. So the chain keeps on going up. So it is a lot of trouble which is brewing for Mr. Kejriwal. What looks to be right now, and kind of relief he has got today is not a relief which he should be very happy about. And the image of the Aam Aadmi Party is not exactly the same what it used to be around 5 or 7 or 10 years back. Is exactly not the same. And as far as the liquor scam is concerned, slowly, the sand dunes are falling. All the sand dunes are falling. Now it's a matter of time. You will be arrested. That looks to be quite sure. But when, how, where, that I don't know. That the competent authorities will know. But jail jana is almost certain. That is how the things, and that is what the grapevine is talking. And this time around, if you go to the jail and if the elections are settled by that time, let me tell you, it's going to be a big, long battle for Mr. Kejriwal. It's not going to be an easy one. And all the media coverage, all the media hype, all the advertisements, Aam Aadmi Party has been giving to media, they will possibly not help, because when the new government gets selected, which is most probably going to be Modi ji again, 99.99%, now they have an election which is 5 years away, and they have all the time on their hand. They have no major elections on hand. So all the focus and energy is going to be focused to some particular set of individuals. And in the meanwhile, let me remind you, Mr. Rahul Gandhi today has threatened the ED and the CBI officials. He has told them that someday, not now, he has told them someday the BJP government will change. When that government will change, the people who are doing this, what will happen to them? उन पे ऐसी कार्रवाई होगी कि ये फिर कभी नहीं कर पाएंगे. Quote unquote, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is saying that. He is literally threatening ED and CBI and all the law enforcement agencies. You can imagine, Sree sir, the amount of pressure which is created in the system. So, jail jana pakki baat hai. Ab kab jaoge, kahan jaoge, that is only the question of time and timing. That is my limited take on this. These are my limited questions which I thought will be cropping up to the people's mind with the election, legalities, what bail, can ED arrest, can ED not arrest, what will happen before the elections, after the elections. It's very important what I told you, that from 1st June, the new laws which have been enacted will start getting active. So they are much more stringent than the current set of laws. It's not a good news for anybody who is a part of this play. And if you are going to be arrested after 1st June, trust me, you are heading for a tough time. Ji.
Thank you so much. And now we'll go to the second topic, and it's actually equally important. Why was Tamil Nadu chosen to be the first state or the first polling day? Well, 3 or 4 reasons that I could think of. One is that the CRPF forces have to move between different states, and they have to have a strategy so that they have a second phase. They can move short distances, at the same time they cover new area. So some of those things, if you look at it, which ones are going on the first phase? Jammu and Kashmir, right at the top. Tamil Nadu, right at the bottom.
Bottom, correct.
Madhya Pradesh in the middle. Chhattisgarh in the middle. Northeast, again, one extremities. So, and I think Rajasthan is starting in the second phase, if I remember correctly. So you can see that there is a certain plan to how they are going to be moving the troops around. That's number one. The second most important thing is that DMK believes very fervently that all the methods that they used to win elections in the recent past, they can use the same to sweep up the entire Tamil Nadu tally. They are very sure of this. What did they do? I want to tell to some of our viewers some of the amazing things these people did at the time of elections. There was one by-election for a single constituency called Erode East. It's a town, Erode is a town, and one part of it that went to elections because the sitting MLA died, and the sitting MLA's father contested on behalf of DMK. This person is a congressman. The Congress party candidate was standing there because he thought that, well, if my son is dead, let me stand there and get the sympathy vote and get elected. So this is a Congress party seat. The seat was held by the Congress. The new one also was a Congress. But you know who spent the money? It's DMK. 20,000 per head. 20,000 per head is just one small trickle. You know what else they did, Sumitji? For about 7 to 10 days. When your elections really heat up, right? From the polling day, go backwards. What they did was they rounded up many of the areas where they felt the people could be listening to the other side and may decide to move away from DMK Congress combined. So you know what? They rounded them up. They wouldn't let them go back to their house. They would supply them 500 rupees a day, plus, 3 times food. And then they were having things like, movies and propaganda of what DMK does and things like that. Entire day. And when one reporter made it inside and started video filming all this guy was beaten up. So This was all for one constituency, and they were spending up to 20 to 25,000 rupees per voter, per person. Yes. Because
go
ahead.
Sir. That is a lot, sir.
You know why they did that? Yeah. The reason why they spent so much money was DMK wanted to break the stranglehold ADMK has the Western Tamil Nadu region. In the Western Tamil Nadu, these people, it's just like Jats, right? I mean, you have that party, Charan Singh's party, it's very powerful in a small area. Like that, correct. The ADMK is very powerful around Coimbatore, Tirupur, Erode, this trading community area. They are very powerful. Because they swept in 2021 assembly elections, all the seats, all 10 they won. So they wanted to break that stranglehold. They wanted to show ADMK that we can come anywhere and we can beat you. So that was one incident. The next thing they did was, before that by-election, there were municipal elections to many municipalities in Tamil Nadu. And Coimbatore was something that they wanted to plant their flag on. Same thing. Hot boxes, this thing that keeps food hot. In that, there was like 2 or 3 containers. One side had, golusu, I don't know what they call in Hindi, silver anklets. Silver anklets are pretty expensive. I recently bought something. That alone is like 10,000. And then they had some other things like that, which were very expensive. I think I heard, they even had a small piece of gold that you can wear as earrings.
Wow.
So three containers, everything had one thing or the other. And I think one of them had like the 5,000 rupees. So the net cost of per voter in the Coimbatore area was believed to be between 20 to 25,000 rupees per voter. So you do the math, my friend. Just because they wanted to win this mayoral post, because Coimbatore is the citadel of BJP and ADMK. So their muscle power is money, and then they go on scientifically rig. So all these things are the things that they are very good at, or they think they are very good at. Plus, if you round up voters, that is actually voter intimidation. First time they have done this. Nobody has ever done this kind of stuff. I mean, you can threaten somebody from going to vote, but rounding up the entire mohalla and then keeping them fed for 10 days, that is unheard of, right? So these are the kind of things that they excel in. Now, let us take a look at the reality. Who was the person who made it possible to fund these elections in that a lavish manner? The guy called Senthil Balaji, who is right now sitting in jail, in the ED custody. Okay, and I'm very sure that Modi has cut off all the incoming revenues. See, the problem with them is any politician in India, right? They take off, the money is kept parked abroad and it will come in during election time, get spent, and these people get re-elected and then go back to making more money. Again, they'll use Hawala route to park it abroad. Now that route is not working anymore. Now, when you bring them in and you give them very little time, where are they going to go and muster the resources? The one big guy is out. The second one is the Damad of Stalin. His name is Sabarisan. That guy has been out. That is because his real estate company has been in a lot of scams. And he was afraid that he might get arrested. So he has been out of the country. Either he is holed up in London or in Australia. Bye-bye. So he can't do much here. Kuch ukhad nahi sakte wo. Now, there's another guy called 𝗖𝗚𝗍𝗍𝘅 𝗍𝗂𝘅. This guy is supposed to be a crypto-Christian. Maybe he's a Christian, I don't know. The reason I'm bringing that the religion up is because he said, give me all these constituencies, I'll take care of them. So I was very hopeful that they would pull this guy also in jail. Essentially, what the BJP government has done is current set of commanders, money bag men, all gone, right? Where are you going to get the money? Stalin is not even able to stand for 4 hours in a day. I'm not being disparaging. That's his health condition. His son is also scared. He might get in for drugs. Drug money cannot be obtained because the drug kingpin is out. He's in jail. You see how there is a stranglehold on DMK and Tamil Nadu? You cannot bring money in. Now see how we will win this election. किसको बोलेंगे वो? अरे हमारे पैसे नहीं आ रहे. Are you going to cry? What are you going to do? This is a mind-boggling. So they have literally bled them dry. They may not even be able to give 500 rupees per voter this time. If that happens, nobody is going to vote for DMK.
Sir, what you are telling is sensational. I mean, 20,000 rupees per head. You literally do a seizure of you do a gherabandi of a mohalla and tell them to me yahi rehna by the time you election. It's all illegal. And this quantum of money was flowing in. And let me tell you, we will also talk about electoral bonds and what are the implications and all. Now, this kind of money was coming in, and that is where the problem is. Now, when this money stops, you see, if you look at Kashmir, if you look at terrorism, if you look at any kind of illicit activities, it's all run on money. The moment you cut the money back, which you rightly pointed out, all the commanders are gone. So when the commanders are gone, how will you organize the money? Where will the money come from? So the money will not come from. Now the people expect 25,000 this time. So they will be irritated with you. They are expecting 25. You are giving them 500. What is 500? Go. We don't want to talk to you. So this is how the debacle of the political parties comes. And let's not forget that Annamalaya has been doing a fantastic job on the ground. The traction we have seen of Annamalaya, the traction we have seen of Prime Minister Modi on the ground. Remember that rally which we covered, sir, the kind of traction we have seen. So things, I personally believe we can see a big surprise in Tamil Nadu. And this rightfully then said, they are trying to handle it. And this Jafar Sadiq, the drug wala banda, he's been again, caught. So I think drug money, meth money, all the types of money are being cut. And, and then people at times think the BJP government is not doing anything. They are doing the things which matter the most and hit the most. They are doing all the right things at the right time. So DMK must be rattled now. They will not know what to do. And I think even this time the Chief Election Commission was very stringent on some things regarding the use of money, regarding the campaigning, deployment of forces and all. It was pretty, good on that. And in fact, let me remind one people, because very soon this issue is going to come up. They'll say, by EVM hack, EVM. Let me tell you, sir, there was a hackathon organized by the Election Commission for 3 days or 5 days. Everybody was called in. And get any hacker, whichever, try to hack the EVM. And let me tell you, nobody could hack an EVM. So that hackathon of 3 or 5 days went and nobody could hack an EVM. So all the people who will cast aspersions, EVM mein ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, none of them has been able to do that or prove a thing. So this EVM not working, EVM manipulated, EVM this, EVM that, these are only mere excuses when you don't know how to win an election. Like Congress, when it's Karnataka and Himachal, then the EVMs work fine. And when it loses across the board, they say, oh, EVMs have gone bad. Now, another issue should we touch that? So the electoral bonds, this is very important. Should we touch a bit? Yes. Let me tell you on the electoral bond.
Let me just finish up this one thing. So whatever they learn from trying to counter the menace of money in Tamil Nadu, they'll learn some things also. These guys also, they are no less. They'll find a new way to try and get the money in. But whatever they learn, they will put to use in other states. I am expecting that D.K. Shivkumar, he will not be able to create his magic either. And basically what it means is elections where the voter doesn't have any money involved. If that happens, then suddenly the whole thing changes. Then what happens is you start looking at which candidate is the best suited to be our representative. That's what the Mudda is about. Choose the right candidate. I'm not saying to choose for BJP. I'm not a BJP member. Sumit is not a BJP member. We are political watchers. We are analysts. We are just telling you what we care about is a clean Bharat Mata, because that's the only way it can attain unnati and progress. So that's all the goal is. So now let us take a look at why these electoral bonds, where they thought they'll be able to catch Adani's money coming in or kabhi koi aur. So all that stuff is like collapse now. Not only that, some truth is also coming out. Over to you.
Sir, this electoral bonds has been since yesterday. If you look at the mainstream media, especially the TV channels, this is the only topic. Unfortunately, the Congress and the India Alliance, how do they get topics for the day, or muddas, what we call in Hindi? They will look at the newspaper, look at the sensational news and make it the electoral mudda for the day. Well, they have lost all the track. They have lost all the moral compass. They have lost all the strategy and the strategic minds. So they are just looking for what is the newspaper headline and how can we twist and manage and manipulate it to make it a mudda for the day. It's like when you enter into a restaurant and you ask for what is the soup of the day. He says coriander with lemon. Tomorrow he says carrots with cream of mushroom. So you will say, okay, I'll not like mushrooms. I'll go with the carrot soup. So that is how the people are looking at it. Now, if you look at the electoral bonds, now the Honorable Supreme Court in its wisdom said that SBI has to give the reports. SBI gave the reports. Now the things came up. The moment things came up, they started, scam. Rahul Gandhi ji is saying it is the biggest scam of the independent India. It's the biggest electoral scam. Let me put some things in perspective. First thing, today with those electoral bonds, first of all, who can buy an electoral bond? I have to bind the bond through a bank. I have to go and give the money, my legitimate money, my accountable money to the bank. Bank will issue me a bond. When I get the bond, I'll give it to an XYZ, anybody political party. It's like a paper which can be uncashed. So when I'm getting a bond, it has the money will be shown in my balance sheet, because I have to show in my balance sheet I have bought a bond worth, let's say, 100 crores. It will reflect in my balance sheet. So it has to be legitimate money. It has to be earned money. It has to be tax paid money, because on that money only I can buy a bond. I have given it to, let's say, a party BJP. Now, in BJP's balance sheet will show this money has come from 100 crores have come from electoral bond number this. So again, the money is entering the legal, it's entering the system. Now, before the electoral bonds, you had, don't tell me that Congress Karyakartas who were giving 5-10 rupees were funding the election, and that is how the elections were run. It was all opaque. It was all cash. It was zero transparent. Now with the electoral bonds, you're talking of these many thousand crores have entered the political parties, and these parties have gave the money. From 0% transparency, you're at least talking of some 60-70% transparency. Now the bone of contention here is, why was the electoral bonds issued? Is because I'm a donor, say I'm a Ambani. I want to donate to BJP. I want to give 1,000 crores. Usually, if I give by electoral bond, first of all, it has legitimate money, it's accounted money, it's tax-paid money, it is reflected in my balance sheet, it will be reflected in BJP's balance sheet. So it is through banking system of the country. There is no cash involved. Point number 2. What is more important than the banking system is that, once this money enters the system, it is declared here, it is declared here. Both the ways it has to be declared. Point number 3 is that when it enters, the books of BJP, now, there is nothing called a cash transaction. No cash transaction has happened. That's an important point. Point number 4, when I was giving this money to the BJP, a Congress, a Samajwadi or a AAP or a DMK or a ADMK will not know what is the money I have given. Because if I give the money and my name comes out, then I will start getting phone calls. Arey sir, you're giving them 1,000 crores, give us 500 at least. Now somebody say, give me 100, give me 200. So then the political extortion used to start. And if I don't give the money, when they will come to power, they will come and screw my happiness because you gave money to my opponent and you didn't give money to me. To stop this political extortion and to stop the inflow of cash, the electoral bonds were issued. Now, the question which I want to ask the Congress, well, will Congress give an account for last 65 years Where all did they get the money? Which all karyakarta paid them 2 rupees, 5 rupees, and they fought the elections? Point number 3. Point number 4, Rahul Gandhi used to always say Ambani Adani, Ambani Adani, Ambani Adani, Ambani Adani, Ambani Adani. पूरा दिन ये बोलते थे. अगर इतने देर महादेव का नाम रहते तो वैसे इलेक्शन जीत जाते. But he chose to say Ambani Adani. Now Rahul Gandhi ji, when you look at the list, there is no Ambani Adani. That's important point. Point number 5. When I look at the list, 6,000 crores have gone to the BJP with 303 MPs. Now 12,000 crores or 14,000 crores is the figure which has gone to the opposition with lesser number of MPs. Where do you think the manipulations are? And we know that in a traditional setup, the ruling party gets more funds, opposition doesn't get this much of funds. That's a given. So if 6,000 crores went to BJP, 14 or 12,000 crores went to opposition for what? To do what? Right? It itself. Point number 6. Now, can today Congress say that I think number 2 is TMC, number 3 is Congress when electoral bond comes in? Now, if this was a scam, if this was corruption, if this was all the ill words you have used against them, why did Congress accept money in electoral bonds? None of the Congress pravaktas or the spokespersons or any discussion is not able to answer this. If it was a scam, so you are a part of the Modi's biggest scam. So Rahul Gandhi, you are part of the Modi's biggest scam because you are taking money through the electoral bonds. Either you should have the gumption, you should have the courage. No, Congress will not even accept $1. Now, Ambani Adani's name is not figured out. Point number 7. Now, I am a Sunil Bharti Mittal, for example. A Sunil Bharti Mittal, I think, has given 203 crores. How much is Sunil Bharti Mittal worth of? Billions of dollars. How much is 200 crores? 200 crores is around $25 million, right? So Sunil Bharti Mittal did not get his Range Rover filled in cash, went to the State Bank, gave to the cashier, he counted them for 2 days, then he issued him a bond and he gave to the BJP. No. He gave the money from his bank account, from his legitimate taxpayer money to the State Bank of India with the KYC and all. State Bank of India issued a bond which he gave to a political party X. Why should a person like Sunil Bharti Mittal, who has so much of wealth, do all this? Because he has the money. It's like for you and me donating 2 lakh rupees. So if you and me can donate 2 lakh rupees, for Sunil Bharti Mittal, maybe 200 crores is like 2 lakh rupees. Now, for example, Mukesh Ambani worth $117 billion. $117 billion. What is $25 million for him? Nothing. So when the cash was moving out of the system, and some amount of transparency, maybe 60%, 70% transparency was coming up, I don't know, with due respect to the Honorable Supreme Court, it has striked it down. Now, what has been a fundamental thing is that you are back to the dark ages where you have to run election by cash. Cash means no accountability, koi naam pata nahi hai. Then that is how these 20,000 crore kind of, these dabbas are possible. Because if it's by cash. If you have money in the bank, sir, you cannot withdraw cash and start distributing cash. No way, you cannot do that. So, again, I don't know. Even the Honorable Supreme Court in its wisdom has admitted this is a good scheme. A better scheme could have been implemented. But they choose to, strike it down without getting the better scheme in place. Point number 3. Every decision of the Honorable Supreme Court is the future decision. There are no retrospective decisions. I don't know why this retrospective decision was taken just 1 month before the election. I think in their wisdom, they had all the right to do it. I'm not challenging their right. I'm just bringing up my concerns, what I feel about it as a citizen. With due respect to the courts. Point number 4. Now, the people's whose names are out there, sir, the amount of political extortion they'll be subjected to, the vindictive and the vendetta politics they have to now bear is enormous. Because if I, as Sunil Bharti Mittal, gave you 200 crores bond, who promised me? It's not Modi. It's not BJP. No, it's not RSS. It is the Parliament of India which promised me my things will be kept confidential. Isn't it a breach of privilege which was promised by the Parliament of India to me? So I find it a bit, appalling in this country. Though I'm nobody, I'm just a speck of dust in the bigger scheme of things. Now, when you say anything against the Honorable Court, you say it's a contempt of court. You cannot say against the court. Fine, take it. Now, when the Parliament of the country enacts a law, you can go and bring it, or you can overrule it, you can discuss it, you can debate it, you can trash it into pieces, and you can basically tear it apart, and then there is no contempt, everything is fine. Now, if Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, for example, I'm just giving you an example, is subjected to political extortion, a leading industrialist, employing, lakhs of people, giving crores of rupees in taxes, if he is subjected to political extortion and political vendetta, and there's a breach of trust. This trust was promised to Mr. Mittal or Lakshmi Mittal, but not by Modi or RSS or BJP, by the Parliament of India. How would you breach that trust? How will you indemnify him from the losses which he is going to have? And how should he trust you again if there's a future thing which is going to come in the future? And what is the alternate system? Okay, I don't like this cup, I remove this cup. What is my next cup? I say I don't like the water. Water is injurious to health. Okay. What is my alternate to water? I cannot bring down the system when there's no system in the place. And when is it done? It's exactly done 1 month before the elections. Right? It's exactly done 1 month before the elections. So in these bigger scheme of things, I believe, when I look at the logic of it, today you have at least these thousands of names which you can talk. Lotriwala, Sunil Mittal and all. And the biggest disappointment for Rahul Gandhi ji is there's no Ambani and Adani. Now, I don't know what Duffly is going to play for the day, because it's Ambani, Adani, Ambani, Adani, Ambani, Adani. Duffly bajate the number. Now, Ambani and Adani, ab kya karenge? Now, the problem is, why are his opposition getting more money than the BJP? Why opposition MPs are getting more money? Why is TMC getting the second highest money? Mamta Didi only controls the state. Well, Modi controls the complete country. If Modi is getting the money, I understand. But why is Mamta Didi getting the second? What is getting more money than the Congress? These are the sum of the states. And when you will have the list, which party got how much of money, then the hell will start breaking loose, because that list is still not finalized. It will be finalized in due course of time. Then the hell will start breaking loose. How does opposition get 2 times the money than the BJP? So your average money for a BJP candidate is some 14 point some crores, and for the opposition it is almost double, triple. Yeah, I have the list here. If you want me, I can read it. Maybe I give me a second, sir. I want to show this. This is something.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I want to show this. I'll just forward to Sachin Bhai. Sachin Bhai can project it. This I find appalling. Okay. Sachin Bhai, can you show this? I had kept this ready because I thought that we might have to. Sachin Bhai. Now, I'll show you a piece of data. Let's look into data and let's draw our own conclusions. Right? BJP, I think it is for MP, you're getting 25.3 crores. Congress, 27.3 crores. AITC, 73.6 crores. BJD, 70.5 crores. DMK, 76.99 crores. VRS, 200 crores. YSR, 230 crores. And TDP, 110 crores. So, the people in power per MP are getting less money than the people who are not in power. BRS is getting 10 times the money than the BJP. Can somebody explain this? That's why I'm telling you, BJP got 6,000 crores with 303 MPs, and here you are getting around 12,000 crores when you don't have the MPs. So how is this working out to be? How do these numbers explain the logic? And if it's the biggest scam, who are part of the scam? How is Congress and everybody part of the scam? How did Congress accept this money? Congress should have not accepted this money. Rahul Gandhi should come and apologize this. Rahul Gandhi ji, you are part of the Prime Minister Modi's biggest scam. You are a part of that, and you are alleging Modi for the scam. These are the things which are going to hit out in the public. And sir, now today you have the names, you have the amounts, you have the donors. Tell me, before the electoral bonds, does anybody have one name? Who funded Congress for 65 years? Where did the money come from? Don't tell me Karyakarta paid 10 rupees and how the elections were won. No, it was not like that. You know how the elections were fought. So when you are talking about these 20,000 crores Tiffins, where did the money come from? I am not saying electoral bonds and even is not the best scheme. Even the Honorable Supreme Court has said it's a good scheme, but it can be done better. But it's a good scheme. We should have gotten a better scheme, then brought down the scheme. Now today, What is the way of getting the money? If I want to get political funding, what is the way of getting the money? And what happens, sir? I'll tell you. Itra ke mitra, 250 crores. Mamta Banerjee's minister, 54 crores. There was a raid at D.K. Shivakumar's, mountain of cash. One Congress MLA who we showed, who used to go on a bicycle saying to Rahul Gandhi, कि साहब मोदी जी ने पेट्रोल बहुत महंगा कर दिया, I can't afford to go in a car. Only in his raid, in his home of business, only 500 crores cash was found. Just 500 rupee cash. So, 500 crore ka cash. So when you were trying to curtail these mountains of mountains of money, when legitimate money was entering the system, tax paid money was entering the system, balance sheets were showing the money was entering through the bank, what was the wrong in the electoral bonds? And by striking them, I don't know what has been achieved and what has been got. So you should have gotten a better scheme and then got rid of the scheme. I'm okay for it. I'm all for it. But what happens to the breach of the trust, which was guaranteed to the people who donated by the Parliament of India? These are some of the fundamental questions which need to be answered. And why is Congress shouting from the rooftops? You have got the third highest money from electoral bonds, sir. Mr. Gandhi, Saab, uthiye. What are you talking about? What is your grouse about? Why is this a scam? Are you a part of the scam which is done by Prime Minister Modi? I mean, this is literally, getting too much. And they're thinking they can take people for right. They're just getting their issues from the morning newspaper. They look at the newspaper, they get the issue, and they start making a political fortune out of it. That is not how it is going to happen. These are some of the fundamental points regarding the electoral bonds. And when more and more information comes, look at the BRS MP versus BJP MP, 20.3 crores on average, BRS 200 crores. Kuch to baat hai. There is something good about BRS MPs. Sree sir, there is something good about BRS MPs. Eh? They are getting 10 times the money than the BJP MPs. Why? What is so good about it? ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? What is so good about them? And Kavitha ji is in jail. So unfortunate. And there are more people who are going to join the jail. So this is the history of electoral bonds. They were not the best of the method, but they brought clarity to some 60-70%. We could have always gotten better systems. There are better systems. I'm not denying that. But now, where do you stand? You're back to the cash era. Today, you're back to the cash era. Am I wrong in saying that? We are back to the cash era. Sub cash is a mountain, Range Rover full of cash, truck full of cash. This is how it will work now. And some people will be very happy. And let me tell you, some people will be very happy with this cash era. So let's wait and see how the things turn up. But the political events in the country are turning at a very fast pace. I had to bring the positives and negatives of it today. And people forget one thing. If you are paying me your tax paid money by check, it is not illicit money. If the money is paid in cash, it is unaccounted, it's from hawala, money laundering and all, it's illicit money. If I am as a Sunil Bharti Mittal, I have a profit of 5,000 crores. Out of those 5,000 crores, I decide to donate BJP 200 crores. What is wrong in that? What is quid pro quo in that? Now stories are being created regarding quid pro quo. Are you telling me people like Sunil Bharti Mittal, people like of his repute, a lot of other people of his repute, are they not patriots? Are they thugs and thieves? No, they are not. They are worth thousands of crores. They get profit in thousands of crores. He can cut a check of 200 crores for if he believes Prime Minister Modi is doing a good job. He can cut a check like you and me can pay 20,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees if we want. That is what we can afford. But for a Sunil Bharti Mittal, he can afford 200 crore rupees. Tax paid, legitimate, accounted money. Where is the problem in that? What is wrong in that? These are some of the questions which need to be asked. And what about the privileges of Mr. Mittal? You promised him you will not give his name out. So now you have given the name out. Isn't it a breach of privilege? Isn't it a breach of trust? These are some of the fundamental questions. I have all the respect for the Supreme Court and the wisdom of the Supreme Court. And I'm not challenging or casting aspersions. But these are the questions which people are writing to me. People are asking me. And I'm putting them in an open forum because I am nobody. I can only put them in an open forum. I have no answers. I have been bombarded with these questions by mails, by DMs, by SMSs. Sumit bhai, what is this? What is this? And these are happening in the TV debates. So I'm just putting them in a perspective for the people to really understand, right? What do we, need to do around this issue? And what was this whole issue about? Calling it a scam and shouting from the rooftops when you got the third highest money out of this scheme. Well, that won't hold ground. Unfortunately, Mr. Gandhi, that's not going to hold ground. You have lost 2 elections. First, you did some slogan, some second you lost election 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘀𝘀, right? And third election you are going to lose because of electoral bonds, let me tell you. You will be reduced to 20 to 40 seats. And you are the greatest asset of BJP when it comes to campaigning for them, because I think all the people around you want you to fail, Mr. Gandhi. Take my word, sir. I'm being a well-wisher for a change. All the people around you want you to fail. They want you to be out of politics. That is what they do. And somebody was telling me that Amit Shah ji was telling yesterday, was telling me that whatever he gets to read in Hindi, it is given to him in English. So he reads Hindi from English. Like it is, isko hame rokna hai. It is 𝗖𝗚𝗚𝘅𝗚𝑘𝑛𝑎. So at times from reading from English to Hindi, he translates it different, he gets it different. और फिर आलू से सोना बनता है, SK velocity of Jupiter आती है, and then the mathematics goes wrong, and all the funny things which Mr. Rahul Gandhi talks about is because the problem is he reads Hindi from English. That is his problem. But well, anyway, that's Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So I don't know what is he shouting and why is he shouting and why is he kind of making it a scam when he's the third biggest beneficiary of so-called alleged scam. Does anybody in Congress have an answer to that? If you have, kindly write in the comments. We'll be highly obliged, sir. I know you have no answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let's take some questions because we need to quickly finish this one. Next question, please. How come lots of illegals settled in Delhi, Karnataka, Hyderabad, Bengal? Border security is so weak.
Sir, it is not a border security. How, when a person crosses from the border, how does he end up in Hyderabad, Bengal, Karnataka, and Delhi? Ask that question. I crossed the border from West Bengal, Calcutta. How do I answer? How are Rohingyas, covering around 2,000 kilometers and ending up in Jammu? It's not coincidence, sir. It's not coincidence. No, if you are an immigrant, you will settle at the nearest place after crossing the border. Why will you travel 2,000, 4,000 kilometers? Where is Calcutta? Where is West Bengal? And where is, for example, Karnataka? 3,000 miles of distance between. It's not coincidence. They know where the political patronage is being given, where this ecosystem of support is there.
Next one, please. Pawan Kishore, I strongly endorse electoral bonds as the main funding method for politics with essential changes for transparency and reduced cash use. This clean up political space, your views, sir. I think we already have expressed our views.
I have given this, Pawanji. I have tried to explain this. Again, I'm saying it might not be 100% material, but from 100% darkness, you're at around 60-70% transparency. It could have been made better. Every system can be made better, but by slashing the system, you are back to zero transparency. Again, they will not disclose anything because political parties don't disclose their funding. They're not supposed to disclose their funding.
Next one, please. Mangat Ranga wants to know, Jai Shri Ram, effect of the electoral bond issue on BJP, will Kejriwal stalling ED turn out to be his nemesis?
I think Mr. Kejriwal playing these games with ED is not good for him, because when you later look at the due course of law, then all these things will go against you. These can buy you some time. Look at Mr. Soren. He exactly did the same thing. Where is Mr. Soren today? And you can't play with the law. You have to cooperate with the law. Why is Mr. Kejriwal so afraid of going to an ED office? Why is he so afraid of facing the ED? These are the questions you need to ask. And Ms. Kavitha,
an IRS officer, Sarji, he knows what happens.
Sarji, sab pata hai. And Ms. Kavitha used to tell us, my hands are clean, I have done nothing. Why is Ms. Kavitha arrested? Kavitha ji ko kyun arrest kiya? And who all names and kis ka naam hum bolne wali hai? Now there are a lot of people, Sri sir, who have sleepless nights when Kavitha ji got arrested. Keh rahe ki, ek aur gaya. It's the people in the queue. Ye bhi gaya, next number. So there are a lot of people who will face the music.
Next one, please. Vijay Kumar Srivastava wants to know, what is the meaning of opening statement शायरी on EVM नमस्कार? आपने कुछ कहा था ना?
Okay. I said that, what is the opening statement? Shairi on EVM. I can't recollect. Sorry. I can't recollect. What did I say? But what I said that, they will start blaming the EVM for everything. And when they win the elections, then the EVM is all fine and good. But when they start losing the elections. They say there's wrong with 𝗣𝗽𝗫, chip is compromised, EVMs are compromised, BL made them, BL is under BJP, it's under MOD. They will find all the reasons. But when they win an election, then the EVMs are finest and best. I was talking, there was a hackathon organized, and in this hackathon, nobody could hack an EVM. This was for 3 or 5 day event. Nobody could hack an event. Everybody was invited. It was an open challenge. Come and hack one. Nobody could do it. So this is all bunkam, sir. This EVM business, VVPAT, count karo, ye karo, wo karo. It's all they are finding excuses how to defend their losses. How to go and say that it's not because people didn't like us, so they rejected us. It's the EVM, it's the VVPAT, it is the fan, it is the tube light, it is my maid, it is this internet cable. At least it is the cup. If I would have hot water today, I would have got 1 million views. It's because she said did not arrange hot water for me. My maid did not give me the hot water, so that's why we don't have 1 million views of this video. It's as absurd as that. I can find reasons. This is what they're trying to do. They're not admitting defeat.
Chitra wants to know, Namaste, who prompted and guided the Supreme Court and Chief Justice to do this unraveling at this time? Electoral bonds.
I really don't know. I really don't know. These are some of the things which the public of the India is talking, which the Janta of the India is talking, which is being talked into the diplomatic circles. And let me tell you one thing, with a lot of, let me tell you. I have come to know that there is a very small group of handful of corrupt bureaucrats who don't want Modi ji to come for the third time. They don't want. There is a group, and some of them are quite senior, and some of them have been seen quoting ki sarkar badalne wali tab dekhenge. So they don't want Prime Minister Modi to come for the third time. They don't want him to come. So there are a lot of forces, there are a lot of permutations and combinations which work in the back end. There are a lot of forces which we see, which we don't see, they don't work in the back end. Because one thing you have to give it to Modi. He's an honest man. Modi is an honest man. He doesn't want to siphon the money and keep in a tax haven. He's not the one, and he will not let people do that. So this has upset a lot of paradigms. And the people who are fundamentally corrupt, maybe they are 0.1% or 1% of the population, they're very unhappy with it. They don't want that system. They want a weak government. They want where their dukan can be running. They can make thousands of crores. That is what their aim is. And when this all stops, they are not used to living by the salary. It's very difficult for them. बहुत तकलीफ होती है.
Next one, please. Karthik Devendran wants to know why Congress never behaves like a responsible opposition.
You see, Congress has lost it, sir. Congress is is one part, one family, their fame, their name, their face. It's not a political party anymore. It's about Rahul Gandhi. Jawaharlal Nehru ji had written My Experiments with the Truth. Now, if he was alive today, he would have written My Experiments with Rahul Gandhi. That is what the Congress should write. My Experiments with Rahul Gandhi. So Congress is experimenting with Rahul Gandhi. You're relaunching somebody 20th time, and somebody told Rahul Gandhi, today somebody was telling me, I say, yaar, ye hamesha Rahul ji, why is he wearing a t-shirt? Somebody has told him, you look very smart and young in a t-shirt. So even when he went to Kashmir, it was almost snowing there, he was wearing a t-shirt. So I don't know. I think Mr. Narasimha Rao had an opinion that Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are not both fit for politics. They should go and do some business and make a living or whatever. I mean, that is what Sonia Gandhi never liked about Mr. Narasimha Rao when he told her, look, your kids are not meant for politics. They don't have that thing in them. And this is what now the Congress is suffering, the politics of India is suffering, and the opposition of India is suffering because of that.
Pawan Kishore wants to know, Rahul has two faces, sir. One face is competing for Best Comedian Award with 𝗤𝗍𝙗, and another one is a dangerous one who joins hands with Divide India forces.
Pawanji, can't agree more. There has been one video yesterday where he is literally going to a province and saying कि आपकी तो 90% आबादी है, आपका एक representative नहीं है, क्या कर रहे हो बैठे-बैठे, क्या कर रहे हो, तुम्हारे बस का नहीं है कि अपना representative भेजना. That is provocation. If you look at that video, that is mere provocation, which he was trying to do yesterday. If you want, I can show you the video, but that is mere provocation. So you are right. He goes to these Cambridge canteens, he goes to these things. And by the way, I was talking to one of my fans today, and she's a very senior lady. She has been a professor in Cambridge and all. She told me something very interesting. She said, with these Cambridge and all these universities in UK and all, they rent out their space. Anybody can buy that space and can do anything there. So if tomorrow I can rent the space, you and me can also go and do some address in a Cambridge canteen. If we have more money, we can even get a hall. So when you are doing it in the Cambridge, it is not Cambridge has invited you. It is not the MEA has sent you. It is not the parliament of the place has invited you. You as a private party can go rent a space and do your chota mota tamasha there and make it a Twitter headline addressing the students in Cambridge. Similarly, in UK Parliament, any private individual can go and he can get a sting for 5-10 minutes with a group of people, 5-10 people, and he can do that. So there's all provisions of that. So all the universities in the UK have that, and even the British Parliament is not necessarily mandated by Ministry of External Affairs. Any private individual can go there, and there's a process of doing it, and you can have that 2-minute video moment and talk big about you as if you've done a favor to the nation. Well, it doesn't really happen. So if Rahul Gandhi is doing it, addressing people in the canteen, it's not a big deal.
Next one, please. Thank you, Jayaraman. I am from SBI. I am disappointed in the security breach.
Secrecy breach.
Secrecy breach.
We are. I was telling you, I mean, this is, sir, the point here is, Sree sir, this was mandated by the Parliament of India. This guarantee is not from Modi or BJP. Parliament of India gave me a guarantee my name will not be revealed. Now my name is revealed. Now what happened to my sovereign guarantee from the Parliament of the Republic of India, Republic of Bharat, my name will not be revealed. I am fundamentally asking this question. Isn't it a breach of trust? Isn't it a breach of secrecy?
That brings us to a close of today's episode with Sumit Peer. We'll be back in about half an hour's time to know more about the various machinations, various permutations and combinations that are going to be coming up now that the election dates have been announced. 𝗤𝙀𝙀 Iyer will be joining us. Do come back and rejoin us. Sumit ji, thank you so much. Ram Ram. जाते जाते महादेव को याद करें.
Bilkul sir. And tomorrow 10 o'clock we'll be talking about China. So I'd request everybody to come and join us on the series and Endgame China. A lot of developments happening in the China which will bring you today. Tomorrow morning at 10. And a lot of people are not happy with me and Sree sir because we are constantly exposing China. Keh rahe yaar China ko chodo kuch aur karo. No. Pakistan and China will never leave. On that note, we'll continue efforts. Thank you for all the support and patronage. Like, share, and subscribe. Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and Har 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 Mahadev.